The LC10 is probably by far one of the most overpowered weapons in Cold War at this time. I mean, we have some obvious competitors like the AUG and that kind of guns, but in regards to some machine guns, the LC10 is unstoppable. By far, unstoppable. It literally makes me rip my hair out because people are using it so much and it's so stupid overpowered. And that is why I have spent hours and hours on this weapon, getting it gold so that I can make a video teaching you guys the best way to complete every single one of these challenges as quickly as possible. Timestamps will definitely be down in the description. Make sure to check all that out. We have some additional tips at the end, so make sure to stick through to the end. But before we jump into this, I'm giving you guys 5 seconds to hit that like button and subscribe because these tips are going to be on another level, and I know that you guys just want to help me out and not make me go to bed crying because you guys clicked on this video and did not hit the like button. So I'll give you guys 5 seconds on that. Done? Cool. Now we can start. Let's jump straight into this. Now, I'm going to speak a lot about Nuketown, and I understand that Nuketown is not its own playlist at all points in time, but Nuketown is just by far the best way to complete every single one of these challenges. And if it's not one of the playlists that you can just click on, instead of Nuketown, replace it with some kind of other 24/7 playlist or small map that you can get, as small maps are easily the best ways to complete all of these. And that's jumping straight into the eliminations. You have to get 300 kills with the LC10 in multiplayer to get the eliminations challenge complete. And honestly, this is not hard at all. I would not even bother with thinking about getting eliminations, because by the time that you've even unlocked the last challenges to be able to start them, you'll be done with this. Don't mind it at all. I would play smaller maps in high-paced game modes, and honestly, that's going to be the best way to complete these challenges. I would stay away from any kind of like search and destroy. Even kill confirmed kind of sucks at times. So high-paced game modes in smaller maps, and you'll be able to get these eliminations super fast. Next, moving on to headshots. This is another one that I kind of wait till maybe mid-range to the end to even think about doing, just because when you're going for kills, you're gonna bound to get headshots anyways. The key to headshots when you do start going over this is smaller maps. Once again, let me stress the smaller maps, because you're getting in a lot more kills in a shorter period of time. So what I do when I go for headshots, it's only headshots. That's all I'm aiming for. And a lot of times I end up dying because I'm a terrible shot at times, but we're not going to talk about that. And then what I do is I'll put on attachments that help with recoil control and being able to more easily find that head. So we're going to probably put on like the quick dot, or the microflex is my favorite. And then for the muzzle, I would say probably the agency suppressor. This is one of my favorite attachments in general in this game because it helps with the vertical recoil on top of being silent. And on smaller maps, that can be very good to have. For our barrel, we're going to put on the 11.9-inch reinforced heavy barrel. This is going to help with that bullet velocity and effective damage range, helping you get kills at further distances as that damage does not drop off, which is really good for headshots. For body, we're not going to put anything because this generally helps with hip fires, and we're not hip firing to get headshots. The underbarrel, we're going to put on the field agent grip to help with both vertical recoil control and horizontal recoil control. And then magazine, you can honestly put on whatever. I would honestly probably run fast mags or the 42 round speed mags. The downfall with the 42 round speed mags is you are losing aim down sight time. But again, on smaller maps, you do need to reload a lot more often and a lot faster in order to live, so probably go with that. And that's probably going to be, in my opinion, one of the best setups to get headshots in general. And just make sure to aim for the heads. You can also lower your sensitivity if you're having trouble with that, or heighten it. However you want to do, you can lower your aim down sight sensitivity. Just focus directly for that head. Next, we're going into 5 kills 20 times without dying. Once again, another one. Leave till the end. A lot of the times, you're going to end up getting this done before even starting other challenges. On the off chance that you don't, what I do is I just go ham. I go running into their spawn, you know, getting 2 or 3 kills, and then I'll kind of pull backwards and get the rest of those 2 to 3 kills to get that bloodthirsty. Even if you have to play kind of bitchy, you know, to get those last kills, it might be what you need to do. And thankfully, you only need to get 5 bloodthirsties 20 times, which isn't bad at all. So go out, get a few kills, and then pull back, use cover, head glitches, whatever you need to do to get those last kills. And you'll be completing this pretty easily. Next, we have the 50 long shots. Now, what I'm saying, hear me out. I'm gonna sound like an absolute bitch recommending doing this, and I apologize. Actually, no, I don't apologize. What you're gonna do, hardcore. Hear me out. Even if you hate hardcore, this is the #1 way to get long shots by far. I hate hardcore, and I went into hardcore Nuketown 24/7, and I got 50 long shots in probably 3 games at max. 3 games. You're going to put on a higher zoom sight, so you can put on, you know, maybe the 2x sight or the 3x sight. Sit further back in Nuketown. I go like to the back corner of one of the spawns or in the garage of the other and look across the map and just wait for people to come up around that corner and pop a couple shots into them and you're done. Long shot. Or hell, you can go into the bigger maps and do this so easily. Now, if you're going into larger maps, you have to make sure that you're going into the right position where people can't see you to the left or the right. You know, just find the perfect position, go into hardcore, use a higher magnification sight, and just be patient, and you'll be able to get those kills. You can also lower your sensitivity, your ADS sensitivity, and then use some of those attachments that I put on before to help with recoil control. And you'll be good to go. You'll definitely complete this super fast, just like I did. Next, 75 kills detected, stunned, or blinded by your score streaks, equipment, or field upgrades in multiplayer. Now, this, as soon as you unlock this, I would start by putting on your score streaks, as in the spy plane, counter spy plane, and your harp. Now, I do this in absolutely no lethal score streaks so that I can complete this as fast as I can. Also, on the plus side, these score streaks, when other people get kills, they give you points, and there's nothing wrong with some free points. But getting kills with these up in the air will help complete this challenge. And then on top of that, I run the flashbangs. I flashbang people, easy kills. That counts towards that. And then I believe, I'm not 100% sure on this though, you can use the jammer as a jamser minimap, and I believe that counts. So having this field upgrade, the flashbangs and the score streaks up in the air and getting kills when you flashbang someone, when you have those score streaks up in the air, just running gun, that should help you complete this pretty fast. You can do this on any map, obviously. I'm going to recommend smaller maps. Now, our next challenge, 75 kills point blank range. The worst challenge by far. By far. I need a drink. By far. Now let's go back again, smaller maps. And then from here, we're going to change up most of our attachments. This challenge is going to drive you insane. If you're anything like me and it took you a long time to do it, it will drive you insane. Prepare for that. SMGs are terrible with this challenge. It makes me not even want to do them because of that. So let's start from the bottom. We're going to go to the Duster stock to help with slide speed. I'll explain all this in just a moment. Our handle, we're going to put on, I would say, the speed tape. Again, I'll explain why this one over these other better ones in a moment. The magazine, let's do the 45 round mags. The underbarrel, I would put on the field agent grip. And then for the body, we're going to do the 5 milliwatt laser. So what I do, small maps, once again, you're staying close quarters this whole time. If you're playing on Nuketown, stay in the enemy's base if possible. In the enemy's building. If you're playing on any other map, stay in buildings. You don't want to be out in the open trying to get close quarter kills, as when you're going up to someone, someone will end up shooting you, or they'll end up killing you before you can even get to them. You have to stay, like, I believe it's like less than 3 meters away from a person So you're basically up on top of this person trying to get these close quarter kills. So the stock, I recommend the Duster stock because of that slide speed, because you're going to want to slide into your enemies to make it harder for them to hit you. Having that higher slide speed will make it get to them faster and you're able to kill them. For the handle, we're doing this speed tape over these other ones, because if we look at these other ones, the sprint to fire time, sprint to fire time, sprint to fire time, shooting move speed, they're all deducted. And we don't want that when trying to get our gun up literally as fast as we can when sliding into anybody, aiming in, or any of that kind of stuff. We don't want any deductions, or it can make it a lot harder. So this is going to help get the gun up faster while not having deductions. For the magazine, this is just going to help that you can shoot more bullets. The last thing you want to do is have one bullet until you're about to kill this guy and run out of ammo. This is literally the worst thing. Underbarrel, we're running field agent grip to help with any kind of recoil control. You can also do the bruiser grip, which is amazing, which helps with all kind of movement, in which that actually might be better in my opinion. So let's put on this bruiser grip. This is going to help with any kind of movement, which gets you to that person even faster. So I guess the recoil control is only so much needed when you're up in their face. And then last but not least, I have the 5 milliwatt laser to help with that hip fire accuracy. Most of the time when you're face to face to someone, you're not going to be aiming in, so having that hip fire accuracy is definitely needed. So stay close quarters, in buildings, in their spawn, anything that you can do, and slide into your enemies or up to your enemies. You don't want to be sliding into them. That's a totally different thing that we're not going to be talking about. So slide up to your enemies, get really close, and kill them. If they're facing your back, make sure that you get close enough. A lot of the times you're going to end up dying. Full honesty, I felt like I was the worst player in the world. Not even going to lie. I was sliding up to people, and they were jumping around me and killing me. I'm like, what the hell is happening? So be prepared. Get really annoyed. This will take some time. Smaller maps are the way to go. Last but not least, kill 2 or more enemies rapidly 25 times. Again, you're going to want to do faster game modes and smaller maps so that you can see people faster. Don't do like search and destroy or any of that kind of stuff, as that's going to take a long time to get these. And just over time, you're going to easily complete these with the setup that I'm about to show that I would say is best overall. My final tips for this is to just do anything that you can to combine as many of these challenges together at a single moment so that you're able to complete them even faster. The more challenges you combine and work on at a time, as long as they're not taking away from each other, you could complete this pretty fast. So going over my favorite setup here, this is the setup that I use for every single map, and I would highly recommend it. We have the 11.9 inch reinforced heavy, which helps with that effective damage range and bullet velocity, so longer ranges. The body, I had the 5 milliwatt laser. I have this a lot because I play smaller maps, so we could always take this off and throw on that agency suppressor or an optic sight, whichever you prefer. But again, I play a lot of more smaller maps. The underbarrel, I run the field agent grip to help with those recoil controls, very important. The magazine, the 42 round speed mags, because again, smaller maps, I need to reload more often and have that higher round mag, which helps a lot in every situation. And last but not least, I run the SARS jungle grip. You could always run the airborne elastic wrap or the serpent wrap, whichever you prefer, but this has the least amount of cons to pros in my opinion. So I hope that these tips help you. I know that this gun specifically, that one close quarters kills, just drive me insane, and this probably took me a little bit longer than it should have, just because I kept having to take breaks of how much it drove me insane. Make sure to use any double XP tokens that you have, or double weapon XP, to level this up even faster. Just whatever you can, but I am confident every single one of y'all can do this. If anybody else has any tips, drop them down in the comments. Help another person out. We all need it. I need some more tips so that I can relay it back to y'all. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If this has helped you in any way, shape, or form, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, or at least consider it. It does help me out a lot. Anyways, thank you guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, and I will see y'all in the next one.